Wow, that's fantastic. How did you do it? What did you use? And I told him about Pictory.
Today, I'm with Jay from NoteAffect.com, and we're going to talk a little bit about his business and how Pictory is helping him. Thank you for joining me, Jay.
Thanks for having me, Pete.
First of all, tell me a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so NoteAffect is a content presentation platform designed for both the education space and the event space, conference and trade shows. And what we do is we take content that is normally displayed on a screen that you're watching and broadcast that content to the user's devices so that they can make notes and annotate and highlight directly on top of it, engaging that way. And then we have an AI engine in the background that's looking at that participation and engagement and giving us very detailed analytics to help both at-risk students, mental health students, and on the event side, interest levels for marketing intelligence and sales intelligence.
Well, that's really interesting. There's a common thread there with Pictory and AI. So maybe you can explain a little bit more about how Pictory is helping you.
Yeah, so when I found Pictory, I was looking for something that would help me take and be able to put, because we're a new product. And so whenever you're releasing a new product into the industry, there's a lot of education that goes on behind that. And what I was trying to do was set up both training videos, marketing videos, and I wanted to be able to control that and do that myself. And so it made it really easy for me because I had built scripts and was able to import that in and have it start to generate the scenes for me. So that was what I was thinking.
Okay, so you're using our script to video feature, presumably with an AI voice, or do you upload your own voice?
No, I like the AI voice. I've always kind of felt like it sounds funny when you listen to your own voice. So I wanted it to be someone else's voice. And so I went through a bunch of different ones to pick out what I thought was the right voice and tone for our stuff.
We've recently partnered with 11 Labs. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but that's bought state-of-the-art, really high definition, really high quality AI voices. So you might want to try those if you haven't done already.
Yeah, I think we've got some upcoming videos. I saw that, and we've got some new ones that we want to release now. One of the nice things that I like about the way that this is working for us is that, as you know, software evolves and it's constantly changing. And so as we're adding new things, recently we added closed captioning. So I was able to go back in, just modify the script, add a couple of scenes, put it out there. But now we've got some new stuff that we want to do. And so I had planned on trying some new voices because we don't have the same voice across all the different videos. So I tried to pick different ones.
Okay, that's great. There are lots to choose from. So if we go into the workflow again for a moment, you take a script, you put it into our script to video function. The video is generated, you're using an AI voice. And once you have the video and you've downloaded it, what's the next step? What's the way that you deploy this asset within your company?
Yeah, so right now we're doing a bunch of different things with that. We're mostly keeping it and using it on YouTube because that is easy access for everybody to get to. We're using it right now. We have on the event side, we have where we're broadcasting out to people who are doing presentations so that they can understand what the platform's about, how it works, and so forth. We're also getting it marketed to the attendees for the events so that they understand what the platform is about and what they can expect when they get to an event, conference or trade show, that type of thing. And so we're putting links into these messages that our customers are sending out to from that standpoint. And then again, I'm using it for marketing to also send to them as well. On the education side, we're using it to train teachers to give them an idea of what's going on with that. And on the student side, they're pretty intuitive. The kids just pick it up. I haven't done a video for them yet. I think we will probably do something, but they just play around with it for about 2 or 3 minutes and they know how it all works.
Yeah, they certainly pick things up quickly nowadays, don't they?
They do.
So really, you're using Pictory in those 3 different scenarios. The common thread is kind of educating a new constituency. So whether it's educating through marketing or educating directly to your staff or to the prospects. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That as I said, when you're introducing a new product that doesn't exist in the marketplace, something that I've done once before, I would have loved to have had this product back in 2009 when I launched my other company. But yeah, to me, it's all about education. It's creating that need to have, and this has helped us do that.
So this is helping you make the market that you can then serve.
Exactly. Yeah, and in my opinion, that is, the defining the problems, defining the issues that the pain points that they're going through, and being able to say this is how we're solving them, and that's what we're trying to do.
Before you were using Pictory, Jay, what were you using to make your videos?
Well, I was fortunate enough to have a guy who worked in the television movie industry as a videographer. And during the pandemic, we were lucky to have him to be able to do those types of things for us. And when the pandemic was over, he got very busy again. And so I was like, "Ooh, how am I going to do this?" I had always just written the scripts for him. We talked about products and I gave him access to, demos of that. And that worked out well. Much more expensive. Did a great job. Very happy with it. Never had a problem. But, though the other thing I will say about that though is that because it was so expensive, because of what we were doing there, we had to be very choice budget wise on how many videos we were having him make a year, right? And what that happened. And with Pictory, I'm able to actually, hey, I just pump them out as fast as we need to pump them out now. And we don't think twice about it. It's like, hey, do we want to do a video for this? Sure, let's do it. Just got to write the script.
So this is considerably cheaper than outsourcing to a videographer.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm sure our viewers would be very happy to hear that.
Yeah, no question. Look, you're going to probably end up writing a script yourself anyway for a videographer or for yourself. At this point, I kind of like having the control that I have with Pictory. So changing the scene, it'll build the scene for me when I upload the script. If I don't like that, or I already have things in my mind after having used it a few times, I already have things in my mind of what I want when that script gets done and in certain places for the scenes. So it's nice from that standpoint. I have it's provided me with a library that I can choose from, which works well. But then again, I've also got all of my software and videos from that and screenshots and so forth that I can import in and kind of make the story work.
Yeah, we've got about 10 million or so snaps of video that we use from Getty Images. So it should be plenty to choose from.
Yep. It's worked out great.
And before you were using Pictory, how long was it taking to make one video?
I felt like he was pretty quick because we worked with somebody before that was focused on this space, and it was taking them, close to a month to get something done. This guy was getting it done in about 2 weeks, but he needed the money because he wasn't working, so he was working on our stuff pretty quickly, and that was good. But still 2 weeks. I can put together a video now when I'm doing this in between my appointments and different things that I have going on, probably from start to finish, with not including the script writing itself, anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, and be ready to publish it.
So that's quite a saving in time then, as well as money, isn't it?
It is. It is. And, I had someone who the other day said, we need to learn how to build polls inside of your thing. And I was like, okay, great. I wrote the script. I literally wrote the script, captured the screenshots, loaded it in. And by the end of the day, I had a working preview at the end of my day. And the next day I ran through it again, thought about it some more, changed a couple of pieces on the script, had it done. And by that afternoon, it was published out on YouTube. So it worked out great.
Amazing. Thank you. You've been very generous with your time so far, but I have one further question, if I may.
Sure.
If you were talking to somebody who'd never used Pictory before, what would you say to them, Jay?
Well, that's interesting because so there's a group that's part of a consortium that we belong to, and they had used another product, and he saw the video stuff that I had done. And he said, wow, that's fantastic. How did you do it? What did you use? And I told him about Pictory, and he switched to that. And I told him, I said, listen, the way that they built it with, the writing the script, loading it in, or if you already had the video, you could have done that too, which is what he actually had, the video piece. And I explained to him, I said, I think it's the best AI generated video product that I was able to find when I did my research and get the turnaround done very quickly. And I just don't have a lot of time. We're a startup, so I wear many hats right now. One of them happens to be this. I'll end up turning that over to somebody very soon. But I always like to know how everything works beforehand before I turn it over to others when I hire them. And this has been great for me.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for those kind words. And again, thank you for making time for me today.
You're welcome. Glad to be on.